Hello, dividend executives. Welcome back. It is Friday, so you already know we are trading options, reviewing our plays from last week, and we are talking about how to manage an absolutely bloodbath of a week in the market. If you guys have been anywhere online, or you've been watching portfolios, or you are invested in the stock market, which I believe probably most of you are, you know that everything has been pulling back. NVDL pulled back after good earnings. Some of the crypto stocks pulled up back after good earnings. MSTR, MSTX, Google, Amazon, Tesla especially, everything is just getting absolutely beat and destroyed. So what's happening? Well, portfolios are pulling back, but we control what we can control. I want to talk about three of the things that I'm doing to manage this now $120,000 portfolio. We had a big pullback in the account. We still have a good amount of cash left on the table, but these are the plays that I'm going to be making and how I'm managing the positions. Now, some of the risk parameters may meet some of your guys's, some of them may not. This is just how I'm doing it. I have a lot of time in the market left for me to ride the storm out, and I believe that we still have a little bit more left in this Bitcoin cycle. And so I'm going to put a little bit of my money where my mouth is on those. So let's talk about it a little bit. We had a couple of plays this week, one of them being NVDL. If you guys remembered, we sold a put last week coming into earnings, and we were able to get out of it this morning. So I want to take a look at that first, and that is right here. So we did a short put roll last week for $356 credit, which means we just closed out our old ones and we opened some new ones. We went safer. We went from the 57 down to the 46. Of course, we got a nice $356 credit there. And then this morning, just to play it safe, because as of late, on Fridays, towards the end of the day, the market just absolutely sells off. So I just wanted to play it safe. I wanted to book the full premium there. And so I ended up closing this and booking the $304 win there. You can see the closeout here for about $52. Now, I could have ran this to expiration. As of right now, it looks like it's still out of money. The market is not closed yet, but I wanted to play it safe. And then I went in and I opened up some new puts, right? So even lower. So we went from, this is what's crazy to watch. This is how you know the stock market's really been tanking, right? We went from 57s down to 46s, and now we're selling 38s. If we get in the money at 38, oh boy, the market is going to be looking real ugly. Hopefully we get a bounce this week. There's been a lot of news, a lot of tariffs, a lot of Trump, a lot of things that are playing into this. So be safe out there and sell. So a couple of things I'm going to be doing, right? I'm going to be selling covered calls. Some of them above my strike prices, some of them below my strike prices. And when I say strike prices, I mean my cost basis or where I was getting assigned, not including the premium. And then I'll be selling some lower delta puts. You saw there, really safe, should be safe delta with NVDL at the $38 put. And then I'm going to be taking less assignment of some assets that I think have been absolutely obliterated, one being TSLL, right? So I ended up rolling TSLL out. We'll go over that as well. But covered calls, lower delta puts, and then dip buying on some things that I think that are going to rocket back up, especially when it comes to the crypto space, right? Some of the names that have been absolutely killed, one being MSTX, which is a 2x leverage on MSTR. That stock is down 90% in the last 100 days. And so I've been buying a little bit of shares there. We got put some shares the other week. We've been selling puts on that ticker for, I want to say, 4 or 5 months now. And so finally we got some shares there. I've been adding to that. High risk, but I think it'll play out on a short-term bounce. I like the cost basis I'm at. Of course, you always want to be able to buy it for cheaper, but when a stock falls 90% in 100 days, it just gets a little bit bloody out there. So that's the NVDL play for the week. Booked some profit there, rolled it over, sold some new puts, and you can see the new puts there at the 38. I sold some CONL calls here. Now, this is one of the ones I've been talking about. I ended up buying some more shares here. So this morning I sold 4 contracts at the 33 call, that for a $260 premium. Now, these are all the way out to 321, so lots of time here. My thought process in this is if the shares appreciate another $10 from where they're at right now, I will sell them above my cost basis, well above my cost basis, and I'll do that on shares that were assigned to me for very cheap. I think I got, for the 600 shares that I was assigned, I think I got about $1,600 worth of premium. We can take a look at that. About $1,600 worth of premium to enter into those positions. So we have a really good cost basis in the low 20s. I think around $27, $28. Of course, we're down on it right now, but we have to remember that's just part of the game. So I sold 4 contracts there. We're leaving the other ones uncovered, waiting for a pop, but I wanted to get a little bit of my money working for me, especially if I can sell it above my cost basis and wheel back out of it. So that's the NVDL. That's the CONL plays. We sold some hood puts this week when hood was down. These ones should expire worthless today. We're up 96%. Only $2 left in this, but I don't see any really good opportunities to sell today. We actually have a green day for the first time, I think, this week. And I'm just going to let these expire worthless, and then we will get that, about $9,000 worth of capital back on Monday, and we will look for other opportunities. Another one out there on the table, we have 5 MSTX calls. This is one I'm looking at maybe selling some calls, but I just want to be safe here, right? So MSTX has been absolutely beaten down. We talked about it. It's up about 14% today, but that being said, at 14%, it's still only $23. So these were $38 calls. This one's been absolutely beaten down. So what I could do is I could come in here and I could roll this position. I could look at the March 7th, and we can look at, we could look at something like, I don't know, like a $30 call, which if we take a $30 call, let me just look at my computer real quick. So $30 call, that would mean the stock has to appreciate about 27% in the next week. So we could do something like this. That'd pay us $145, and then that would mean that the stock appreciated 27% in the week. But that being said, I would still be under my cost basis. I think my cost basis, not including premiums, is about $35.58. Again, we had a bunch of premium that we were paid to enter these shares because we sold puts for so long. So I think I'm just going to let these expire worthless and go with my gut on this one. And then hopefully we can sell some calls next week if the stock price goes a little bit higher. So MSTX, letting those expire. Hood, letting those expire. NVDL, we sold those this morning. Hopefully we can get out of those later in the week. And they're looking good so far, up $63. And then the CONL calls, those are going to slowly decay away. Another one out on the table is the TSLL. This one absolutely sucks. It's crazy to watch this stock, right? And I posted this on X, but look at this. Over the last month, TSLL is down 44%. So Tesla is getting absolutely obliterated. We look at the 1-year chart. This stock in November was $11 stock. Went all the way up to $40 and then now back down to $13, which is terrible to see. So I just want to play it safe with my capital here. Obviously, I was caught in the money at the 17.5 puts. So what I did is I rolled down and out a few weeks. I just want to let the stock, and I sold this for the $155 credit at a 0.1 delta, and we know how that went, right? The stock just absolutely died. So I'm just gonna let time hopefully heal this one, and hopefully Tesla will have a nice rebound. That stock went from over $400 to under $300, which is absolutely mind blowing. But that's just sometimes how the market goes. So I want to take a little risk off the table. I rolled it from the 17.5 down to the 17s, gave myself some more time, and we'll see how we're looking about 321. So a couple of weeks away, just going to let those ones sit. No harm, no foul there. And we will reassess later next month, right? So that's a TSLL play. And then you guys know I have some CONL puts out on the table. They're down right now. I received obviously a lot of credit for these. You could see 245, 245, 580. So about over $1,000 worth of credit there. But I'm just going to let those ones sit as well. We have a lot of time left on the table. Again, I think CONL is going to bounce back. Down 31% for the last week. For the last month, down 42%. So just getting killed. And of course, that's going to happen when Bitcoin pulled all the way back down to about $78,000. And right now it's hovering about 85. So if we can get a nice pushback in Bitcoin, this one's going to push back. You can see here today we're up 5.5%, and that is on a very flat day for Bitcoin. So that's good to see, but gosh, what a hard week, 31%. So this is just kind of the market we're in. Everything's just getting absolutely beat up. So I just have to sit on some positions. I would just want to highlight a couple of things here, right? Like you want to look at Tesla, one of the greatest stocks in the stock market, down 17% for the last week, 23% for the past month, and year to date down 25%, right? Even like some of the best stocks in the market, down 6%. Amazon for the week. Let's see what Microsoft is. Microsoft down, 6% for the week. The indexes are down 6% for the right. Even SPY is getting absolutely killed, down 3%, which, doesn't seem like a lot, but this is, the past 3 months, SPY has gone literally nowhere. And year to date, it's gone literally nowhere as well. So not a good month for SPY and not a good month for a bunch of the Mag 7s, but that is okay. It is just how it goes. So we're just going to keep doing what we're doing. We're at $119,000 as of right now. We have about $52,000 worth of cash. We're just going to keep selling some calls at safer deltas if it's below our cost basis. If it's above our cost basis, then we are okay to wheel in and out. And then I'm just buying shares, right? So what did I buy this week? Well, I bought a little bit of HOOD. So we picked up some HOOD right there, 15 shares for $675. I bought 100 shares of MSTX. I bought 100 shares of CONL. And I just slowly built up on some of the positions, right? Some of these other ones I have really low capital in. And then Rivian, oh, this is one I wanted to buy some more of as well. So, right, 1183 is our cost basis on this one. I want to buy myself 30 shares to get us over the 100 share mark. And then what we can actually do is we can sell a call on that, hopefully. So that'll bring our cost down to what, 1275 or so? 1262. So we could come in here. Let's just take a look at the calls. Yeah, so we can make 10 bucks on the 13. I'm just going to let this sit for a little bit. I like Rivian as a hedge on the electric car market, and I love the cars themselves. So just wanted to buy a little bit more there. So we have 800 shares of CONL, 600 shares of MSTX, 400 shares of Soxel, about 699 shares of CleanSpark. And then the rest you guys have already seen, right? We just have been slowly adding to those, trying to get HOOD to 100 shares as well. Every time I see a nice dip on HOOD, I just continue to buy some there. And then we bought 1 share of Amazon as well. And then, of course, every single week we're going to come in here and we're going to buy some more. We're going to buy ourselves $100 worth of QQQ like we do every single week from our options premium. So that's the update on the account there. It actually ended up being a really, really nice month. And I just want to talk about one more time how I'm managing the calls, right? So one thing, selling covered calls to generate income. Number 2, I'm selling low delta puts to generate some more income, but I'm actively managing them and taking profit like I did on NVDL. I'm not running all of them to expiration per se, and then buying dip and lowering costs on some of my positions. When we jump into the spreadsheet, I just want to show you the month. Here's all the positions we've had this entire year. The month is actually pretty good. So when you zoom on how we managed our money, we made $3,724 worth of premium selling options. We had $2,278 worth of total gains, and that is on some trades and some wheeling in and wheeling out. We started the balance at $134,000. We went as high as about $143,000, and then you guys have seen what's happened to the market. I have some higher risk assets in the portfolio, so we had a nice pull down in the account. But it is what it is. One thing I want to highlight is this right here. MSTX, we've been paid $3,783 in premium in 2025. And in 2024, we were paid on MSTX $4,782. So we made about $8,000 worth of, let me pull this back up. We made about $8,000 worth of premium selling cash secure puts on MSTX, and we now got assigned, right? So those are things you want to keep in mind when you get assigned on stocks. If you've been selling cash secure puts, that lowers your cost basis per se to when you actually get assigned, right? So if I've been paid $8,000 to enter a stock, I'm in a really good position when I'm selling covered calls. Now, of course, I don't want to take a loss on my shares at any point, but these are things to keep in mind if you were to want to exit a position. So we're about $9,000 worth of options income, ending the month of February, which ends today. And so far doing pretty good on our capital. Starting the month in January, we did 4.22% return. And then this month, including our trade gains, about 4.45%. Now, obviously, our balance has gone down, but that's just how it goes when you own assets. They fluctuate up, they fluctuate down. Not everything just continues to go up and to the right. And so we just manage what we can. We control what we can control, and we sell options. So we hit our monthly base goal of $2,624. We are still working towards that $160,000 balance and that $34,000 worth of options income, which at being $9,000 already in the first 2 months, we are well on our way to hitting $34,000. So that's the update for the week. I hope that everybody is managing the market. I know sometimes it can be stressful, especially it can weigh on your mind when you see portfolios move down, especially significant for me. Overall portfolio probably went down about 100 grand this week. And it just is what it is. I mean, I've been here before. When we had COVID, we had massive swings back then. I remember holding Tesla down to $100 and I had like 800 shares. So it's just part of the game. It's part of the market. It can't just go up and to the right all the time. But overall, just keep buying quality assets or assets that you believe in. And it'll work out a long time. Or so far, it's worked out for me over the last about 20 years. So thank you, everybody. As always, I appreciate you. Don't forget to drop a like and a sub. And happy investing. We'll catch you next time.